to get a contract with a pretty large country, that is pretty amazing. And I think when people always talk to me about Cardano, because I did this lovely video about a couple months ago where I said Ethereum is a dumpster fire. Ethereum is a dumpster fire. And I know right now you're probably screaming at the screen going, how dare you talk about Ethereum like that? It's awful. I didn't say that. That was just the news. That was actually from my man Charles Hoskinson over there. Call it a dumpster fire. Hey, and we just took a look at why that could be and fees and whatnot. And of course, yes, everybody's correct. Layer 2 solutions are coming. They're here right now. I mean, you got a lot of different options, and it could bring the gas fees down. But right now, gas fees are still pretty high. So when I talk about things like Cardano, people will always say, well, who's building on it? What's really going on? And does it have any utility? Well, here's your answer. And we'll take a look at that. But first, let me jump back real quick. Morning, Ada on PayPal. I don't think it's going to happen anytime soon, but that's wishful thinking. Hope that actually happens. Hi, Mom. You're good, mate. Ada, country of Africa. First of all, audio's okay, video's okay. I guess if there's a problem, everybody would tell me because it would be there in the chats. So, all right, let me jump back here. So, what's going on here? So, this was just released a couple hours ago or so. And here's what's going on. IOHK announced a new partnership with the government of Ethiopia. It's focusing on digitalizing the country's education system. So, at first glance, you're like, all right, but just wait. The Atala Prism decentralized identity solution will be used for recording and monitoring the grades of 5 million local students across 3,500 schools. The main aim of the initiative is to reduce bogus university applications and make it possible to check the validity of students' grades without relying on the assistance of third parties. That's a big thing, right? That is the whole point of what cryptocurrency was designed to do, blockchain. It was supposed to eliminate the middleman. Here's a great example for it. Now, to me, when I think about, well, how can people, fake their diplomas or fake their education? It happens all the time. You can go to a lot of different websites and you can just pick yourself up a nice fat degree from pretty much any university you want and just pay a little bit, and that's pretty much it. And you've seen even coaches go through scandals where they say that they graduated from some Ivy League school and off they go and they get caught. It's kind of stupid. So if you have it on the blockchain, immutable, can't change it, and then you have all the different records of millions of people on there, well, first of all, you do a couple things. It assures the success of people who actually have earned their way to get that job. This would be pretty big, especially in Africa. And then the second thing, I think it would be great just to have that information right there at the drop of a hat. And you actually are eliminating a middleman, because usually what would happen is if you wanted to verify something and to keep all these records, I guess you'd call the school, but there's also third parties that would do these types of things, which I guess could be pretty expensive. So this is what Cardano said is, hey, we're going to help you out with this. We're going to make this actually run and use and have a use case, and off we go. So there's not just that, though. I thought this was interesting. So IOHK's John O'Connor claims that Cardano is now mature enough to serve an entire nation. Let me read that again. I think that's big. Cardano is right now mature enough to serve an entire nation. And then it doesn't just stop there. This is just one of the first parts. And if you've been following the channel, you know that we talked about there's going to be a conference, Africa Special, 29th of April, so in a couple of days. They'll probably announce some more big things there. And I think this could just be a winner overall. And I think that, if you have something like this and you're working with nations and you're signing contracts with entire nations to do things, where does it all end? Could be a lot of utility. And with utility brings price. So that's just how I see it. Anyhow, it states here, Ethiopia's blockchain-based education transformation is a key milestone on IOHK's mission to provide economic identities and employment, social and financial services for the digitally excluded. After 5 years of research and development, Cardano is now mature enough to underpin a blockchain solution, serve an entire nation. And then this is just the start. So when I read this, I'm like, well, that's that's nice. You know, it's nice so we can do that. Cardano can get in there and actually have a real use case and actually, you know, do things. And I know when people say, well, who's building on it? Who, you know, what's really happening? Remember, for the Alonzo upgrade, we're talking about that in, I want to say middle of August, beginning of August, middle of August. So that's when smart contract functionality really comes into Cardano. So when that happens, I think everything explodes. But here we have another use case, starting with education, and they state that, hey, they're going to continue working with Ethiopian government to transform other sectors, agriculture to healthcare, ultimately help the poverty-stricken country to achieve lower middle class status by 2025, which I think is great because if you take a look at Ethiopia, as far as like population is concerned, 144 million. And that's just the start for the nation of Africa. And then also the different countries contained within there. So let me know what you think about that in the comment section. I think this could be